What's going on YouTube? Ferocity here. Hope you guys are doing well. I went back to play some Black Ops 6 recently. I put some gameplay on this channel, and it just reminded me how much wasted potential there was with this game. Like, if we go back to when this game was initially announced and the hype was starting to build for it, it really felt like Call of Duty was finally going to come back. It was finally going to learn from its past mistakes with MW2 and MW3 and finally capture what we've been waiting for. And unfortunately, it didn't do that. It very didn't do that. And it's so disappointing going back to that game and seeing all of the opportunities that have just fallen by the wayside. Whether it was events, new content, or just overall game mechanics, it feels like Call of Duty has just been one giant misstep this year. Good ideas just not followed through correctly. And don't get me wrong, I think that they have had some great ideas this year, but they just didn't capitalize on it. So let's talk about it. The first thing I'm going to say is going into this year, when you put Black Ops onto a Call of Duty game, yes, it's going to have instant amount of excitement around it because of the past success of Black Ops games, of Treyarch developed games. And I'm somebody who loves Black Ops Cold War, so I'm not even going to say that they've had a miss other than maybe Black Ops 4. But even then, people will look back and say, well, Black Ops 1 was fantastic. Black Ops 2 was fantastic. So yeah, I believe in Treyarch to deliver something special here. And that's what we've been waiting for. And all of the initial marketing material, along with Call of Duty Next, really seemed to hype this game up. Make it seem like it was going to be something special for this community to finally get excited about. We had this brand new movement system to look forward to. We had brand new ideas from a 4-year development cycle. Oh man, what are they going to deliver us? And then we played the beta, and a lot of us were left a little underwhelmed. It wasn't bad by any means. It was just kind of more of the same. It was Modern Warfare 3 with Omni movement and some pretty mediocre maps. These aren't the maps that we're used to playing from a Treyarch game. This isn't what we expected. The spawns were off. The connection was off. The matchmaking was all wonky. And it just didn't feel like it was going to be a good experience. But a lot of us still bought into the hype. We're like, it's okay. It's just a beta. Even though I think most of us know by now, this isn't a beta when they release a beta for Call of Duty. It's more of a playtest. It's more of a demo. This is the build of the game that we're going to see when it releases. They're just going to make some final adjustments to it. And that's exactly what it was. Remember when we were talking about the maps being too small and they kind of shoot it under the rug and they said, don't worry, we have other maps coming out. We have big maps. Big maps being maps like Protocol or Red Card that just suck in normal modes outside of like Hardpoint or maybe Search and Destroy. I don't know. And it's really just been letdown after letdown. The maps themselves are probably some of the worst we've seen, definitely from Treyarch, but in the franchise altogether. There's some decent maps here and there. You know, I'd argue that Vault is an okay map. Subsonic for me is a decent map. I know others hate it. Skyline is all right. But overall, it just wasn't what we were expecting. It wasn't the quality that you were used to. So all of this potential, all of this hype sort of fell flat. Now, if we're going to talk outside of multiplayer, I think people really enjoyed what they had to offer with zombies. People were pleasantly surprised with Liberty Falls because originally we were concerned, and rightfully so. It felt like a Warzone map more so than a zombies map, but I think that people can agree. Liberty Falls is pretty good. Terminus is fantastic. And the campaign was well received. So those modes worked. It was multiplayer where it feels like all of the potential was wasted. We really wonder where 4 years of development went when you look at what's been created for multiplayer. But don't worry, all is going to be saved with Season 1, where we received 2 more extremely mediocre maps, ranked play that didn't really work, a Warzone integration that was terrible, and all of it created a very negative perception of Call of Duty a month into the game's life cycle. The worst case scenario. And even as we moved through the Christmas season and we got Hacienda and we got the Christmas event that was completely bugged, it just felt like, again, everything they were doing was wasted potential. They were doing the right things, releasing enough content. They were releasing events that were able to get you excited to go back and play, but they were so poorly executed that it just really fell flat. And then in came the Squid Game event, and you've heard me talk about it many times on this channel, but that was one giant missed opportunity. You have this massive television event, or streaming event you could call it, and you get the rights to do a collaboration with them, and you just do such a lackluster event that has no staying power, that has no excitement around it, and it just fell flat with this community. Yes, it had some cool skins, but like they didn't even try, it felt like. They just got this massive collaboration and just sort of did the bare minimum. That could have been such a massive event with so many different limited time modes, with a really exciting event that completely encapsulated this community. But instead, people completed the event super quick because it was some stupid XP grind, and we were left wondering how long until I don't have to see that stupid end screen with the Squid Game integration in it. How long until I can cycle to my creative class without having to go to the event screen that I already completed. It was just poorly integrated and poorly done. Just so much wasted potential there. And then, of course, Season 2 comes out. And Season 2, again, released with little fanfare. It was the season to focus on quality of life changes. But right out the gate, people didn't feel those quality of life changes. Again, they made another update that broke several aspects of the game that they spent the following couple days fixing. And the new content, again, just didn't resonate with fans. Some people seem to like bounties, some people seem to like dealership, but as a whole, these maps just feel more of the same, more of the cluttered mess that came from the Modern Warfare franchise instead of the quality that we have come to expect from Treyarch. So it was another miss for Call of Duty. And then we had the Terminator event. That was an exact replica of what we saw during the Christmas event, except this time it wasn't completely bugged. But right away, people noticed that it was just sort of meh, which is exactly how you could sum up this entire game. Meh. Nothing about it was exciting. You didn't have a limited time mode. You didn't have limited time maps. It was just sort of like, hey, we got this really cool collaboration. Here's an event to earn arduous amounts of skulls, and then you can pick which rewards you want. And if you get all the rewards, you get this blueprint that has nothing to do with the Terminator. And we were just sort of, oh, that's it? And then we get to Season 2 Reloaded, which again, I think had some good ideas. Grind was coming back. We had a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle collaboration. Good ideas. Poorly executed. I've talked about the event recently. I don't want to dive back into it. It's just not good. Basically copying, pasting the Squid Game event just with a different IP this time. It's not good enough. We should have better events at this point in time. We should have ideas that are outside of the box instead of just repeating the same pattern over and over and over again. So this is where we're at with Call of Duty. Nothing significant has changed with the matchmaking. Nothing significant has changed with the anti-cheat, even though they keep telling us they're going to change something. Nothing has significantly changed with the servers. The hit detection is still extremely poor. So that all culminates to an experience that instead of being what we expected, it's fallen below expectations. It really has. Black Ops 6 had some good ideas. I mentioned Omni movement earlier. I don't think it's well incorporated into this game. I don't think it works with the map design that they've put into this game at all. I think they had some good ideas with the perk system. But unfortunately, because of all the other issues this game has, the perk system is just kind of like a footnote now. Far better than what we had in MW2. A bit of a different take than what we had in MW3, but all of the other problems this game has just makes me not want to play the game, so I can't enjoy the different take that they have on the perk system. And that's the problem. There's a lot this game is trying to do, and a lot this game is doing well. There's a ton of content here. They've had more content than I think other games in the past have had. But the problem is it worthwhile content or not? And I'd argue it's not. So when I look back to the hype phase of Black Ops 6 and I see where we're at today, it just feels like a lot of that hype was wasted. Wasted on a game that has never been able to realize its full potential. and as a result has left this community feeling pretty disappointed about Call of Duty as a whole. I don't think I've ever seen Call of Duty be so poorly received. There were times for sure where people have checked out, but I think now more than ever, people want more, and they're just not getting it. And they have the means, they have the resources, and they're just deciding not to. So those are my thoughts when it comes to the wasted potential of Black Ops 6. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below in that comment section. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. If you want to see more videos from me, please hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.